Hello everyone, so myself is Gaurav Sharma. We are presenting from Group 12. We are presenting on the Performance Management General Framework, and our agency selected is British Airways. Let's begin the presentation, please. The introduction. The performance management. What is performance management? Performance management is a procedure of making sure that set of functions and outcomes encounters a company's objective and goes into an effectual and actual manner. Now this can focus upon the performance of a company, a department, and workers on the procedure into places to accomplish specific activities. Now our agency is British Airways. The report for that will be covered regarding the performance management in selected organization and its perspective, which is the second largest airline in UK. The general framework which works for this agency is discussed over here. And the management points are the management process school, the empirical school, the human relations school, the social system school, decision theory school, and the system approach school. Moving ahead with the framework, there are some pros and cons which we have identified in this performance management system for the specific agency. Discussing the pros first, the performance-based conversations, the targeted staff development, encouragement to staff, documented history of the workers for future references. And the cons over here are it's time consuming, it causes certain amount of discouragement depending on the situation, there is inconsistencies provided with the message to the staff, and there are some biases. The presentation will carry ahead with my friend Ankit here.
Hello everyone. Now it's management by objectives, that's MBO, in which MBO is a plan management model that basically target to develop the performance of any organization, that is like British Airways here. Its main function is to determine or revise the organizational objectives and translate the organizational objective to worker, like how it's affecting the workers, how it's going to affect more production about that thing. Stimulate the participation of worker in defining of the objectives. The process is the focus on the objectives of which are they, and the monitoring of progress in the British Airways, like how you can assess and reward the achievement to the workers and other people in the management and by appreciated by both things. So other thing is 36-degree feedback. It's a feedback also called multi-rated feedback, which is a process in which where unidentified feedback regarding a member of employee from several people, they have working relationship unit between the British Airways, the management and other workers, like how they can provide different feedbacks. In this organization change, succession planning and training evolution are three processes in which feedback is a potential for process in organization change. Succession is a planning according to Antonio 2006 if any leader or talent of company leaves, retires. And the third one is training evolution that needs worker, the evolution training program are set by 360-degree feedback. It's a comparing and contrasting spread between the non-cohesive and cohesive versus at a high performance organizations. The strength and weakness of cohesive teams are follows. There's a strength and weakness. Various type of motivational elements are created in British Airways, which support the employees to contribute for the organization as an efficient member of the team. And the weakness on other hand is like all the members of team are same, knowledge in the team, level of productivity are done to a lower level. Other one, the second weakness is even a lack of creativity between the management and how research and team development dominate and innovate what other type of solution between them. And Wright and Drury 2016 stated that beside this, better cooperation among team members and time saving among the management and the workers are a main factor in improvement of communication and strength of cohesive team. My friend will continue.
Hi everyone, my name is Avinash Pokhara. My student ID is PBS2236. Here I'm about to discuss about the pros and cons of non-cohesive team. Just before that, my friend just missed out on the explanation of cohesive and non-cohesive team. Cohesive team are the teams which have a common goal, they have a proper bonding, and they work together as a single unit. Whereas non-cohesive teams, they do not care about each other. However, they have the same organizational goal, and they need to achieve certain targets and other things. Now, while talking about the strengths and weakness of non-cohesive teams, when a group of team members or group of people are allowed to achieve some goals and other things without giving any boundaries and all stuffs, then they come out with certain bigger ideas with an innovation and other things. So the biggest strength of these non-cohesive teams are organization can find out the talented person who it is, apart from a group of teams like who are working together and then they share the same profits or same rewards and other things. So the major strength for me for non-cohesive teams is to find out the talented person. The Newton wouldn't have been Newton if he had worked in a cohesive team. He definitely worked in a non-cohesive team. However, when we talk about the cons or weakness of non-cohesive teams, it's like when many people are competing with one another, there's always leg pulling systems, one swing the wrong direction to outsmart the other one. So these are the like major conflicts arises, and no one supports or shares other people's ideas, and as a result, every member has to suffer a lack of information, and then innovation also goes down, and certain things happen. Now, when we have to compare between the cohesive team and non-cohesive team, the first thing, applying on this case studies of British Airways, we found out like a training program that British Airways mostly conducts various programs based upon dividing on the groups that's in cohesive team, so that like every team members can learn themselves, they learn equally and have an equal opportunity over there. Now, there's another topic of matrix structure. British Airways has an dual reporting hierarchy, that's reporting to functional manager and also reporting to the product manager. So now this cohesive team plays an important role and significant role in enabling or like continuing this matrix structures. However, in non-cohesive teams, British Airways doesn't form any team for completing internal tasks, and hence they do not have any freedom and domination power in the work. And also, for non-cohesive team, British Airways always focuses on individual employees' performance, and hence it could be a better option for them, like focusing on each and every individual person rather than certain departments or certain groups. So this is gonna be a comparison, that's an application to British Airways between cohesive and non-cohesive team. Now, when you come up to performance management from a control theory perspective, so control theory basically is a part of performance management. Performance management is managing individual performance, which relates to department performance and overall organizational performance. And there should be a control mechanism in each and every single steps, so that it's gonna be very, very easy and highly applicable for evolving better standards, better performance, and increased productivity. Now, in order to give more insights on control theory of performance management, my friend will be here to have final go.
Thank you, Avinash. My name is Shivadeep Surendra. So I'm going to continue on the control theory. So managing the performance through a control process in a system, how it is done, it consists of a system, sensors, and controllers. What the system does, it takes the data, and which is in the form of the raw data, and transfers it to the sensor. Sensor basically analyzes the data or interprets it and gives the output, which is in the form of measured output, to the controller. Controller is used basically to vary the data or try to get the data what you need. So that's what the controller does. So used in the organization to manage the performance. The applications of the control theory is it enhances the performance of the workers. In British Airways, managers allocate the specific objectives to the workers, and this helps improve their performance. And the organization can also use the control theory to prevent the workers from doing their objectives which give less information or which has less value towards their organization goals. And the third application is the managers of the company can use this control theory to enable the continuous flow of feedback between the workers and the managers. So this way the managers can monitor the performance of the employees and also help in assessment of the performance and the team meetings and check-ins. Moving forward, I'm going to talk about the balanced scorecard approach. It is a strategic planning and management technique British Airways employ this to analyze all the works that are going on in the organization and to align the work with their policies and goals, and also to prioritize their project and services at the current moment, depending on the situation. It also helps the company to calculate and observe the growth and compare it with targets. The applications of balanced scorecard approach is first thing is financial perspective. So they usually use to take financial decisions in a firm, and also help manage the financial performance, make budgets between the whole internal and external works. The other perspective is the customer perspective, where it helps in maintaining the customer satisfaction, and also helps in improving the same, so that the customers come back to the same organization. And the third one is learning and growth. Here the organization can learn many things and share the knowledge and information with the workers by tracking the BSC, which is nothing but the balanced scorecard approach. As a result, the employee satisfaction will improve, and a new favorable business culture is developed. Now, in conclusion, what I would like to say is the British Airways need to utilize proper school of thoughts to measure and evaluate the performance management, and they should also remove the negative issues by using approaches for performance management. And the other thing is the steps for management by objectives must be utilized to the organization, and also they should make a chain of command from top to the bottom, so that they can implement the 360-degree feedback. Apart from this, teams have to be created so that there are presence of both cohesive and non-cohesive teams. Besides this, as I explained, the control theory and the balanced scorecard approach must be applied.